Hi, welcome to MFL Outdoors, and today we're having a first look at the one leaf NV400 Eagle day and night scope. It has LRF and built-in ballistics calculator, and that's about all the specifications you're going to get me saying. I'll put the spec sheet just up on there. I'll also after that put a picture of what you get on the box. That will also go up on there. And then we'll have a quick look at the scope now, and I've mounted it onto my Browning T-bolt in 2.2. That's the one I'll be using mainly at work, and that's where I'm going to do all the footage. So without further ado, let's have a quick look at the scope. Everything feels really well made on the scope, I have to say. Even like the turrets have got a really good click to them, and the turrets are actually the switch on them is better than on my HIC Alpex. It feels a lot more sturdy. The scope's really well made, and even the laser rangefinder here, that's actually metal, so there's no plastic. Everything's machined, so really good. Get a second cap here. This is where the spare battery goes in. It has a slightly smaller one than the 18650, but you also get the bigger cap, so you can put an 18650 in it on the top, and it's also got two 18650s which are internally fitted. You get some mounts with it, but I've actually changed them out. I put some mounts on that I already had, and that also has a Picatinny rail on the top there to mount the IR light. You do get an IR light, but as with all these scopes and the IRs you get, they're just very basic and they'll do the job, but they won't go out to long range. So I'm going to be putting my own IR light on. I will probably show you a comparison out in the field of the two, but at the moment I've set it up so I can put my own on. And I've also used the mounts because it brings the scope down lower to the barrel. The scope mounts you get with it, you do get them free, and it's like any, they give you high mounts to try and sort of fit on as many rifles as possible, but they were way too high for this rifle, and I was having to lift my head off the stock, so they have been left in the box. I will say one of the things I have noticed, and it was something I came across when I mounted it, you don't have a lot of room for movement on the scope itself, which is okay if you've got it on a Picatinny rail. You might have problems mounting it other ways, but as you can move the scope backwards and forwards if you've got a full Picatinny. This one actually fitted quite well, so I didn't have a problem. But I can see if you don't have a lot of room, you may have a problem getting the right eye relief. But of course you can get other mounts which can solve that problem. So it is something that's there, but it's not a deal breaker. It was very easy to zero. I had no problem there. It's got quite a good system for doing that. And this is the thing that you're meant to put on for daytime use to give you a better picture. And it screws in, if I can get it to go in, there we go. Okay, that's the thing I don't like about it. I don't think that looks very good. You can use it in day without it, to be fair. I have tried it and it does work without it, but it does give you a slightly better picture when it's on. However, one of the things I will be feeding back to One Leaf is they'd probably be better just doing like an adjustment on here on the cap so it can close up to a smaller circle and then come back. I think there's another manufacturer that does that. Is it Pard or someone? Anyhow, that would actually be a better system, and then you wouldn't have to screw this on and off. So that again was just something else for my personal preference, but it does work. Here you have your HDMI port. You can also put in your memory card, and your C-type connector is also in there as well, and that keeps it waterproof with that cap on. The cap again is metal, and you can also link it up to the HDMI and watch it on screen, which is quite good, and you get all the cables in the box for that. I'd just like to say thank you to Jason at One Leaf for sending me this scope. They have sent it to me free of charge. I'm not being paid in any way to give a good review, and they haven't told me to say anything. I'm free to say what I like, which is what I would do anyhow, otherwise I wouldn't have it on the channel. I do think it could fit a niche market. I mean, we're not talking of a top-end scope here, but for the price and what you get, you know, you're getting a day and night scope, 4K, you're getting a laser rangefinder, ballistics calculator, it's got picture in picture, and it's waterproof. So for the price, I think it could be really good value for money. We'll just have to see how it performs though. If it performs out in the field, then they could be onto a winner. I'll probably try it on the air rifle and maybe the 1.7 HMR and see how it performs with them as well. But we'll see how we go with it, and we'll start with the 2.2, and I use that a lot for rabbiting, and I think it might be ideal for that. I have set up the ballistics calculator. Again, I'm not going to go into how to set that up. There is a video online if you do a search on YouTube. I can't remember the name of the channel, but he does quite a good in-depth review of that if you're not sure on how to set up the ballistics. Okay, thanks very much for tuning in on this one. It gives you a bit of an introduction to the scope, and you know how I'm going to be using it, and you'll be able to give me your views on it as well when the footage is on the videos. All that's left for me to say is take care, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.